silence, please. We are back.
We are the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East.
We are back.
We are the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East.
We are ready.
All together.
We are the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East.
We're back.
Welcome everybody, it's time for racing again. It's time for round 4 in the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East. And we say welcome from Dubai, and if you might think, well, these guys again, you're absolutely right, because we're having a back-to-back race after Abu Dhabi. We are now in the Dubai Autodrome, and Robert Lechner, the head and promoter, is with me again. And Robert, I think we have to tell the spectators, back-to-back races are always very exhausting for everybody, teams, but I can imagine also for you as the maker of the series.
Yeah, good afternoon, Eric, and good afternoon, everyone watching us online. Here from Dubai Autodrome, for me it feels great to be racing again, just 1 week after the great Yas Marina event at Abu Dhabi, and also for the drivers to stay in the car, to stay in the ribbon. That's perfect, you know, with 2 additional test days. But of course, a lot of logistics involved, moving all the cars, the equipment, spare parts, tires, basically within 2 days. That was a great job again, so big shout out and thank you to the whole team around Lechner Racing in the organization, and obviously to all the teams and drivers taking part in the championship.
Before we talk about a very international grid again, when we say exhausting for the teams and for everybody, we have to say it was especially exhausting for one team. It was Saudi Racing, because we remember Khaled Al-Ahmadi had a crash in Abu Dhabi and the car had to be rebuilt almost completely, we can say. And it was like 11 hours. During the night, it was a really hard piece of work, but they managed it. And we spoke to the team manager, to Paul Spooner, and he was for sure very happy with that.
Yeah, no, our mechanics, Daniel and Matty and Thomas, the engineer, they worked 11 hours overnight and had a bare chassis, just literally a frame. All the parts were stripped off the previous car, and it was sort of a big Lego kit that they put together, and in 11 hours they produced a brand new car. Even had it fully wrapped in our own livery and colours. They did an amazing job, they truly did. So yeah, very happy.
And for sure Khaled is very happy, because he was missing the 2 days of testing, but now he's ready to compete. So what do you expect from him? And let's say, is there something he has to give back to the team today?
Yeah, we have to be careful, because he's missed basically 2 days of testing, which is 8 full hours in all. And every minute you miss driving the car, you're on the back foot. You know, everybody's learning and you're not. So you have to be careful not to put too much pressure on him that he pushes too soon. You know, he's only now had just half an hour of free practice. Already his times are not bad for the knowledge he has of this car and this track. But I think today for him, I want it to be a learning day. You know, no expectation, no pressure. Just learn the car, learn the track, learn how it works on this track that we can take into tomorrow. So he can really use that for qualifying tomorrow. That would be the goal, no pressure.
And it seems like you had a bit of a longer team meeting. So yeah, what is your target for that weekend here in Dubai?
Well, I just want drivers to realize, and they mostly do, but sometimes you have to remind them that in life we're given certain opportunities that don't come again. And if you are given these opportunities, you need to grab them with both hands and push. And that's all it was about, really, to understand that motor racing takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, as we saw with 2 mechanics and engineer working 11 hours overnight. And to repay that, we need them to work harder and harder. They're working hard now, but we need more. And it was just a discussion about the time in the car, the effort that's put into it, the money that's put into it, and realizing what they have. Use it. As I always say, we'll give you the tools, and it's up to you if you pick up those tools and work with them. If you do, you'll win. If you don't, we won't.
Yeah, amazing pictures and an amazing job from the whole team. That also shows the let's say the passion of everybody who's involved in the championship.
Absolutely, a mega team effort. So big shout out, thumbs up, and thank you to all helping hands, starting from Porsche Motorsport to get a rolling chassis out of the factory, our logistics partner DHL to bring the chassis from Leipzig airport to the region here in the UAE. Then of course Michael from our organization. It was really, I think it was really nerve-wracking for him to get everything out of custom quickly. And then the boys who have put the car together in a night shift and then again put the car together that can actually leave the pit lane, go to free practice and qualify later on. So yes, that's amazing and shows the atmosphere, the team spirit that we have here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Khaled Al Ahmadi, he's on the grid today, but in front, I mean on pole position. We have again a very young, talented man from Australia. The Porsche Carrera Cup champion Australia, Harry Jones, is again on pole. And yeah, he already did a great job in Abu Dhabi. What can we expect today?
He had a great weekend last weekend, a double victory, his first pole position. In Abu Dhabi it was by only 1/1000th of a second. This was still close, but not as close. So I think it very much depends on the start, really. With the two front rows, and especially having Gillian Cordell from Team GP Elite next to him, Ariel Levy, the championship leader from Huber Racing, in row number 2. So I really believe it will all come down to the start and then approaching turn 1. But most important, not just for those 3 drivers, I wish everyone a great race, a fair race, and for us to look at and to enjoy an exciting race, of course.
That's for sure. And as you are talking about Abu Dhabi and 2 classic or great victories of Harry Jones, we have the highlights of Abu Dhabi for you. And I'm going to find my way to the commentary booth, and then I will be with Christopher Zöchling. But for you, we have the highlights from Abu Dhabi. Enjoy.
The futuristic and outstanding racetrack in Abu Dhabi was the venue for the 3rd round of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East. After a short winter break, the Yas Marina circuit was ready for action. A track that writes Formula One history year after year, and which, in addition to its extraordinary layout, impresses with its architecture.
Being back here for round 3 of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East at Abu Dhabi Yas Marina circuit is amazing and feels great. It's a place that all the drivers really love. It's a place that everyone knows from F1, of course. So having this track in the calendar and being part here with the whole championship is a big plus and very welcome by everyone.
19 GT3 Cup cars in the pits and drivers from 14 nations full of anticipation in the driver's briefing.
Yeah, we are very proud of such an international grid with 14 nations, having drivers from Australia, China, the Dominican Republic, obviously also local drivers again. Therefore, it's a very international setup, and that's exactly what we want and what we're looking for.
And new faces coming into the championship are, of course, always something special and enriching.
I'm really excited. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. It's a pride for me to be here from the Dominican Republic to race against the best in Europe, you know, and it's a great stepping stone for me to come here and live up my dreams, you know.
Also back in the driver lineup, the Australian Porsche Carrera Cup champion Harry Jones. The 23-year-old wants to prep for a big challenge awaiting him this year.
So to be announced this year, I'll be racing with BWT Leckner Racing and Porsche Super Cup. It's such a privilege. So I'm excited to get over there, move to Europe, and really chase that dream of being a racing driver in the big scene over there. So yeah, it should be good.
In Yas Marina, the combined event with the Porsche Sports Cup Abu Dhabi ensured a very pleasant atmosphere for teams, guests, and drivers. And that at all levels, for all senses.
Sports Cup is actually a great invention, if you may say so, because it actually brings families here, brings kids here, and they can watch the motorsport live. So with the Sprint Challenge, we have the perfect platform, which we are doing now with Leschner Group already for years. Yeah, I mean, the partnership with Leschner Racing is perfect because we have here a partner who knows what they are doing.
It's a really good atmosphere here. Even up in the Porsche catering, they've got simulators up there, they've got coffee, they've got everything for the spectators to really enjoy the day here and see the Porsches on track. So yeah, absolutely loving being a part of it here and can't wait to get racing.
After 2 intensive days of testing, the 19 drivers started into the race weekend on Saturday. A competitive field in all 3 classes, with an eagerly awaited duel in the pro category between Ariel Levy and Harry Jones.
When you have this amount of good drivers, the competition is always great, but obviously my target is to win. I will give all I can, all I have.
Yeah, we did. We had good form in Bahrain. I'm hoping this weekend to continue to build on that, hoping for some more silverware. We've got to get out there and really get amongst it, race hard, and just build that confidence and that experience before we get to Europe.
With sunshine and an outside temperature of 21 degrees, all pilots made their way to the first grid of the year 2023. And on pole position, Ariel Levy. That Israeli won the first showdown in qualifying. But Harry Jones got the better start, and so the Australian in the yellow and red DHL car was already at the front of the field on lap 1. A non-contact error forced Pro-Am class leader Bashar Madini into a spin. While Salman Al Khalifa could put pressure on Banda Al-Asai from the Saudi racing team, and should then benefit from a decisive mistake by Søren Spreng to take the class win in Pro-Am.
Big lockup from Søren, which he couldn't avoid crashing into Alex. It's been a blessing. The race came my way. I was in the right place at the right time, and I'm very thankful.
The race ended behind the safety car, and so after a brilliant start, Harry Jones was happy to celebrate his first race win in the championship. And things should get even better for the 23-year-old. With the blink of an eye, 1,000th of a second, Harry Jones secured pole position for Sunday's race. With another good start, the reigning Porsche Carrera Cup Australia champion defended the lead and should be heading for his second win of the weekend. In the Pro-Am class, Bashar Madini didn't show any weaknesses this time, while also Ahmad Al-Shahab from Team Kuwait presented himself in very strong condition. Søren Spreng, this time with a better race plan, secured 10th place after a grid penalty. But the overall winner came again from down under.
Very happy to get both wins this weekend here at Abu Dhabi. That race then was really fun. We had a lights to flag victory. We had a really good start, and then we just focused on what we had to do and just kept doing laps and just executing on our processes. So we're going to go to Dubai and just hopefully learn some more and have some more race wins.
After the mistake yesterday, I stopped putting pressure on myself and I said, enjoy this fantastic sport and these incredible cars and not in any danger.
We're feeling very good and very happy, and I have 3 trophies, one in my class GCC as B1 and 2 in Pro-Am. It's good result, alhamdulillah. We're looking for next week in Dubai, inshallah.
2 competitive races meant an amazing start into the year 2023, and this will already be continued only 1 week later.
And this 1 week later is now. We are back with the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East. We are in Dubai, the Dubai Autodrome, and you can see 24 degrees, clear sky, wonderful, lovely racing weather. So we're looking forward to another great race today in the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East. And here we see already the grid, and I'm happy to say that I'm not alone. With me it's Christopher Zöchling, but first of all, Christopher, let's go through the starting grid. It's Harry Jones on pole position one more time. Behind him, Ghislain Gordel from Belgium. Ariel Levy, the man who's leading in the championship on 3. Ahmed Al-Shehab, he's the first in the Pro-M class in front of Søren Spreng from Germany and Georgi Donchev from Bulgaria. So, Christopher, we're going into the installation lap, and yeah, I think we're already looking forward to a great race.
I'm really excited because if qualifying is anything to go by, this is going to be one really good race. I mean, looking at the timing sheet here, we've got the first 15 cars basically just within a second and a half of each other, so the racing should be really close together.
And I know you have been racing here with the 24 hours, but it's another track. This time you had been racing on the so-called GP circuit. Now it's the international track, so it's a little bit shorter. Yeah, what do you think about this version of the track?
Yeah, it's definitely a different layout. It's shorter, but very challenging after all. And we can just see this beautiful shot down the back straight where you would normally come out where the cones are back there. But this is a very tricky part. Track limits coming out of that right-hander are very important because we've seen a lot of laps were taken away in qualifying, so the race stewards and marshals will keep an eye on that corner exit in particular to reprimand drivers that exceed those track limits. But looking into this beautiful hairpin right-hander, this I think will be a great overtaking opportunity in the race.
And we've already seen in qualifying this morning, it was so tight, and yeah, it was again Harry Jones who took the overall the pole position. But he had to fight a lot, and this time it's Guylaine Gardel, who was 2 times on the podium in Abu Dhabi, who is with him in the first row, just or behind on third, only on third, let's say. It's the leader of the championship, Ariel Levy. A bit of surprise for you?
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely, I was watching the live sectors, he was in a really good lap, but yeah, third place was all he was able to do in this qualifying run, but he will be out there, as we just see him drifting out of the turn 9 there. He will be out there definitely trying to get a good launch off the line, but Ghislain Cordial starting in second, he will definitely try to make his way past Harry Jones, perhaps into turn 1, and perhaps capitalize on a good start. And now it's really down to getting those rear tires again up to temperatures. You can see them laying down some 11s basically to really get some good grip off the line once the lights go out.
Wonderful images, blurry. We see the yellow and red car. This is the DHL car, the car of the pole setter of Harry Jones, the man who missed one race weekend in Bahrain. So is maybe not fighting for the title, but certainly fighting for another race win.
You can see Harry Jones is a bit further back in his grid box, and not sure if it's intentional or he misjudged his positioning, but nonetheless, we're going to wait for all the cars to grid up, and then let's have a good race.
So he's giving 1 meter to Guylaine Gardel on the grid. 19 cars from 14 nations. We see, yeah, very international grid again. And after 2 races in Abu Dhabi, we're sure to see some more exciting racing. Green flag is out, waiting for the lights. Here they are. Lights are out, and we are in the first race of the weekend here in the Dubai Autodrome. And I think we can see Guylaine Gardel with a good start.
Looking very good. Yeah, turn 1 will be a right-hander, so this definitely plays in favor to Ghislain Cordial, and we see Ariel Levy just tucking it behind him as well. Clean getaway, bit of a lock-up there by Ariel. We have Ahmed Al-Shahab just in the middle there as Georgi Donchev looks like to make a move on him, but Ghislain Cordial is in the lead.
But also a strong maneuver from the man from Ariel Levy.
Beautiful start so far.
See Georgi Donchev on the left side, the man who's racing Pro M class and is leading, and he's fighting against Harry Jones.
Now this is playing well into the hands of Ghislain Cordial, who should be able to just drive away from these two, but we see Ahmed Al-Shahab right behind there in 4th place, first in Pro M, but now Georgi Donchev on the inside. Wow.
So we see Guylaine Gardel is leading in front of Harry Jones. And then it's Ariel Levy who came back to 3rd position. So Georgi Donchev, who was trying to fight, lost some places.
But I'll tell you what, Bandar Al-Isai, I think it's up there in the Saudi racing car. He has had a great getaway. He definitely gained a few positions there. I think he might be up to 5th or 6th by now. Just behind Ahmed Al-Shahab of Kuwait Racing.
Well, Banda, he had a horrible qualifying, started from 10th position, and for sure the man is fast enough to catch up some places in the race.
Most certainly he'll be eyeing a top 3 finish or top 5 finish for sure. And then, yeah, Ariel Levy really putting the pressure on Harry Jones. Long run down to turn 1. Harry going a bit defensive.
Great racing already in the beginning of the race, and we see Harry Jones with a good move.
Yeah, Harry really defending well from Ariel, but again, like I said, this will play into the hands of Ghislain Cordial, who has a clean track ahead of him. No one to really look in the mirror for, and he can just focus up ahead and perhaps, you know, widen that gap up front. But coming down here, this is where you want to be in the slipstream of the car up ahead and perhaps make a move into turn 1. Ahmed Al-Shahab flashing his lights, putting a bit of pressure on Georgi Donchev. And Søren Spreng in the background there we saw making a move.
It's Ahmed Al-Shihab who lost his first position in the Pro-Am class. It's Georgi Donchev, who's 4th overall and ahead of the man from Kuwait Racing. I'm sure Ariel Levy is preparing the next attack.
Now one shout out as well to Ahmed bin Khanen, who started in 15th in his newly rebuilt car, up to 13th at this moment. He'll be very livid with this result so far, but he will definitely be on a charge to perhaps get into the top 10 as well. A newcomer this weekend is Christopher Bergstrom.
The man from Sweden, very experienced, also did the Carrera Cup Scandinavia. He was already joining the championship, and now after a few years is back, and he's really delighted to be back.
Yeah. Now looking back there, we can see Ahmed Al-Shahab going a bit defensive again from Banda Al-Esai. But yeah, Ariel Levy still putting the pressure on Harry Jones. It's all about managing your tires here as well. The track is abrasive, so what it means is you really want to watch out again on how much pressure you apply to your car, basically. You don't want to brake too late, you don't want to be on the power too early, because you want to conserve those tires for those 17 laps that are ahead of you. We've completed 2 at this moment, and we can see Banda Al-Esai of Saudi Racing really close behind Ahmed Al-Shahab, and perhaps the upcoming turn 7 might be an opportunity for Banda to make a move on the inside. Let's see.
Seems like he lost some meters, maybe a little mistake, but like you used to say, he looks very racy.
He most certainly does, and coming from the last race weekend in Yas Marina, he definitely wants to make up a few more points for the championship, of course.
Nice fight between the man from Kuwait and the man from Saudi Arabia. Ahmed Al-Shihab against Banda Al-Esai. And we have to say, Søren Spreng in the back, he lost some positions. He started from 5 at a quite good qualifying, but is now only on 8th position. The man from Germany in the blue and yellow car. I think it's even a bit more blue than yellow.
Yeah, quite a few colors involved there. And yeah, all the cars seem to have found their rhythm at this very moment. Ghislain Cordial still out there in the lead. The gap is closing now, just about a second between the leader and Harry Jones. Now here at turn 3 and 4, you want to make sure to not overdrive the left-hander, get a really good exit of the right-hander, and carry as much speed as you can down the long back straight.
And also in terms of lap time, we can see that Harry Jones had the best lap so far, so he's really on attack mode. While Georgi Donchev is leading in the Pro-Am class. Let's have a look at the AM class. You see, it's Merabi Megvabishvili who's leading. He's in 13th position overall, the man from Bulgaria, racing for Huber Racing.
Absolutely.
He's also ahead of Khaled Al-Ahmadi. We've shown in the pre-run that the Team Saudi did an amazing job to bring the young man who's in his first year in the GT3 category can start here.
Yeah, we were just talking about him earlier. He was in 13th, now up to 12th. And I guess I'm telling you that he will want to be finishing in the top 10 in the next 14 laps or so. But of course, that's going to be a challenge.
Here we have the man from Bulgaria who's leading in the AM, in the ambitious class. Mirabi Megbabishvili, here he is, number 39. Racing for Huber Racing. And just behind him, it's Khaled Al-Ahmadi.
Yep. You can see the 17 of Mark J. Thomas flashing his lights.
Here we have the pack. And yeah, I think we're both sure that Banda will try everything to find a way to pass him.
Now this would be the opportunity. If you have a good exit, use the slipstream, use a draft, and now on the braking, move to the right, late on the brake. Will he be able to execute the move? Ahmed leaving a bit of space there. Beautifully executed overtake by Banda Lesahi.
Fair racing from both.
Yep. And now Banda will have set his eyes on Georgi Donchev already, who's currently 4th overall and the leader in the Pro-Am class. Beautiful shots here to do with Autodrome. And now this rundown is super long, left hand. It's all flat out going into the sort of banked, sort of omega-shaped left-handed. Beautiful track here, beautiful shots of the cars.
Now we see Alex Malikin with number 91, who's also trying to find a way to pass the man from Kuwait. Looks very aggressive, and not to forget, behind him it's Søren Spreng, and these both drivers, they have a history from...
oh, there's a move. Oh, there's contact. There was contact.
Lock up.
Yeah. Now that played well into the hands of Søren Spreng, who's going to capitalize on that. He's now side by side with Ahmed Al-Shahab and Alex Malikin going 3 wide down start finish.
We see Alex Malikin against Søren Spreng.
Close racing, bumper-to-bumper racing. This is what we want to see. Bashar Madini just behind Ahmed Al-Shahab now.
But great to see that Alex Malikin, he forgot that mistake from Søren Spreng from Abu Dhabi. Very fair racing. He avoided the contact as well in that situation.
Yeah, that was beautiful racing. Going into turn 5, the hairpin. This is beautiful racing, side by side with 4 cars basically. Now Bashar Mardini made the move on Ahmed Al-Shahab.
So let's talk about Bashar. You are the coach, and he's right now in 9th overall.
He lost his spot there. He started in 8th, but I gotta say the qualifying was just so close. I mean, he was 5th in Pro-Am, but the pace, the entire strength of field of the entire championship just keeps getting better and better and better. Like I said before the race started, the first 15 cars are basically within 1.5 seconds. That's basically nothing.
Here we have him with the 89 on his car, and for sure he's trying to win the title. It's just 1 point behind Georgi Donchev, but Donchev is right now leading the Pro-Am class, so yeah.
Yeah, I just told him, put your head down, just focus on the race. Whatever you do, we need to finish the race, collect points for the championship. There are still 5 more races after this one. And
already tomorrow.
Exactly.
So we will be back with the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East here at the Dubai Autodrome tomorrow, again with the live streaming of the qualifying, and later on for sure also the race. That's Bashar. He's I think behind Alex Malikin. 2 red and black cars. Alex Malikin behind Søren Spreng, and then it's Bashar Madini in front of Ahmed Al-Shihab. And we can see the top, it's still Guylaine Cordel, who seems to have everything under control.
Yeah, he's been maintaining that 1 second gap to Harry Jones.
And still quite a gap to Ariel Levy.
Still a long way to go in this race. We're not even half point yet, just 6 out of 17 laps completed.
But so far we can already say we see action-packed racing, but fair racing.
Beautiful racing, yeah.
Basha Madini again. And behind him, Ahmed Al-Shihab from Kuwait Racing, the man who won in the regional championship, the last race in Abu Dhabi. Got 2 trophies also in the Pro-Am class, came with a lot of self-confidence here to Dubai. And also, let's say, your driver, after we've seen in the pre-run, he had a spin in the first race, but could successfully finish the second one. And was actually in a good shape today.
Well, certainly is. And we see the Chinese driver Bai Wangzhou, who's putting in a few good laps as well and closing the gap to Ahmed Al-Shihab up ahead as well. Let's see if he can close up to that group ahead of him.
There he is. Behind him it's Saud Al-Saud, the man who's leading in the Rookie Championship. Came from GT4, teammate of Khaled Al-Ahmadi. And here we see the red and white car, Salman bin Rashid Al Khalifa, a man who's always strong in racing, but somehow can't put a lap together in qualifying. So he's on 13th position so far.
This is a really tricky corner here. Again, these cars do not have any driving aids whatsoever, except for the AM category, which has ABS, but for the Pro and Pro-Am category, there are no driving aids at all. And coming into these corners, the last corner we see here, slightly off-banked as well, and it's so easy to make a mistake there by locking up one of your inside wheels. But these drivers have everything under control at the moment, and now he has a beautiful run down on...
He's behind Ahmed bin Kanen. And I'm sure he's going to try to make a move. Sort of a different line.
Yeah, and now it's really down to set up your car to the left-hander here. Not too fast in, because you want to focus on getting this right-hander right there. Watch the track limits on the exit. And I'll get in the draft and perhaps make a move down into the hairpin. Yeah, this track promotes really good race action. Loads of good overtaking spots out here.
Yeah, and behind we already see the man from Bulgaria, Merabi Megbabishvili, still leading in the AM class, 14th overall, just behind Salman bin Rashid Al Khalifa.
Now at this point, Ahmed bin Kanen will definitely be looking in his mirror, seeing Salman Al Khalifa's Bahrain racing car as he goes defensive into turn 9. Salman Al Khalifa favoring the higher line, bit sideways on the exit. And now he's going to try to fake a move perhaps and get a good run out of the last corner, and perhaps with a bit of draft, bit of a higher top speed, make a move down turn 1.
Normally, that's what I wanted to say. We see him flashing the lights.
He's right there.
A better line.
On the inside, there we go. Ahmed bin Kanen just ran a little bit wide. And Salman Al Khalifa made that move stick beautifully.
Great move from Salman bin Rashid Al Khalifa, as we said, always racy. So now we find him in 13th position. Again, flashing the lights.
Yeah, he's trying to put on some pressure on the driver up ahead. It's racing in the end is a mental game. You want to use everything to your advantage.
And Ahmed Al-Shihab puts pressure on Basha Madini.
Yeah, Ahmed has definitely found some momentum there again, closing the gap up to Bashar again. But I'll tell you what, I'm looking at the timing screen, I can see Harry Jones is closing the gap to Ghislain Cordil as well, from 1 second down to 4/10 of a second. Those could be some really exciting closing laps as the race goes on.
So we are waiting until we see the top of the field again. Still in the lead, Ghislain Cordil in front of Harry Jones and Ariel Levy in the Pro class. Georgi Donchev leading in Pro-Am. And we see Søren Sprang. He's second in his class. So
great recovery by him.
In front of Alex Malikan. And here we have top of the field, it's Ghislain Cordil, and it seems like Ariel Levy closed the gap to Harry Jones and is certainly willing to fight for that second position.
Almost certainly the Huber Racing driver is on a mission here. He wants to get that second place.
And for sure, the man in the lead, he will benefit if Ariel Levy puts pressure on the Australian man, the Porsche Carrera Cup champion from Australia.
7 laps to go, anything can happen. This is such a great corner. There are about 2 or 3 different lines you can choose to run through here. Again, on the exit of the penultimate corner here, important to stay within the track limits. Now down to second gear for the last corner. Use the curb on the inside and power out beautifully. Yeah, that gap between Ariel and Harry Jones is getting closer. It's hard to see Ariel behind him there.
Yeah, he will certainly wait for the right moment and not to lose important points in the fight for the championship title. As I said, he's leading in the championship, and Harry Jones, who was not competing in Bahrain at the second race weekend, he's more or less for single successes. But Ghislain Cordil, he's fighting for the title as well in the championship. So could be important points for him. So I'm sure Ariel wants to have some extra points for second.
Certainly. You can see both drivers currently evenly matched, sort of on pace. Really hard to make a decisive decision here on this track in terms of overtaking. Again, no ABS, no traction control on these 911, 992 GT3 Cup cars.
So what is the right race plan now for Ariel Levy?
Well,
you as a coach.
Well, crossing now, start finish will be 5 laps to go. I mean, there are about 2 really good overtaking spots on the per lap on the track here, so that's 10 opportunities that you have. But again, you don't want to risk locking up one of your wheels, which will hamper your performance if you do. So you want to wait maybe 1 or 2 more laps and then make a move with perhaps the last 3 or 2 laps to go.
It seems like also Harry Jones could close the gap a little bit more to Ghislain Cordil. That would be exciting. We will see definitely fight for the win in the last few rounds of that race. Here, the Dubai Autodrome.
Let's see Harry Jones going defensive into turn 5. Now Ariel will take the inside perhaps. He's looking though, not close enough.
Oh,
there's a
big
lock
up from Ariel Levy. Could see at the front.
That's what we were talking about. You really need to pick your points, pick your marks on where to perhaps make a decisive move on the driver ahead of you.
So we are in round 4 of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East. And oh, we've seen Ari Levy going wide. You said it already. It's also about track limits here. It was the whole 2 days of testing an item everybody spoke about.
I mean, as a racing driver myself, I have to sort of, you know, speak in respect of Ariel. I want to push the boundaries of the track as far as I can. I want to find and squeeze out every 10th of a second as I possibly can. And sometimes as racing drivers exceed those limits, but I fully understand why he does that. But of course now Harry Jones will have clean air again, being able to focus up ahead on Ghislain Cordiel.
Ghislain Cordiel, the man from Belgium, in front of Harry Jones in the yellow and red DHL car, followed by Ariel Levy. And then there's quite a big gap. 7 seconds to Georgi Donchev, the man who's leading in the Pro-Am class. Banda Alisai made his way to 5th, ahead of Søren Sprang, who's second in the Pro-Am class, ahead of Alex Malikan and Jurman Basha Madini on 8th position.
Great move up by Banda, definitely. Yeah, running now in 5th overall and only 2.5 seconds behind Georgi Donchev in 4th. And you know, with 4 laps to go, Banda will have to really dig deep into his racing repertoire to hit all these apexes and make up those 2.5 seconds to close the gap to Georgi Donchev. But Georgi Donchev is running a phenomenal race in P1 in Pro-Am and 4th overall.
So he will extend his lead in the championship. And Basha Madini will have to fight back tomorrow in the race, not to lose too much ground.
Again, the championship is still a long way. Tomorrow we have the second round here at the Dubai Autodrome, and then we have 2 more weekends alongside the Formula 1 World Championship in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia.
Jeddah, the street circuit of Jeddah for sure, especially for the Saudi racing team. A very special event, but I could imagine for all the drivers.
Yeah, I mean, racing alongside Formula 1 is incredibly special. I had the opportunity to do it multiple years in Europe with the Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup. And the atmosphere is really electrifying. And being able to run here in the Middle East in this Sports Cup Challenge here is just amazing.
And what we see is that we might see a duel between Ghislain Cordiel and Harry Jones. Seems like maybe Ari Levy destroyed his tires a bit. Seems like the gap is increasing.
Yeah, this race is far from over. Now Harry Jones has his eyes set on P1. He will pick his points.
Definitely Ari Levy is out of the fight for the win. We will see Ghislain Cordiel and Harry Jones.
Let's wait and see when these 2 guys up ahead start fighting. And when 2 fight, usually the third one ends up winning. And so probably we see Ariel closing the gap once these 2 fight for the win here, with 2 laps to go as they come across start-finish.
But great racing. We're in lap 14, and now we see, yeah, the fight for the win.
Now, this is what racing is about. This is what we came here to see.
Harry Jones, the man who won both races last weekend in Abu Dhabi, the man who will be competing in the Porsche Super Cup this season. In the red and yellow car is chasing the man who's also will be competing in the Porsche Super Cup 2023, Ghislain Cordiel from Belgium. So these 2 guys will definitely meet again in Europe in the upcoming season in the Porsche Super Cup. And now they're fighting for the win here in Dubai.
Bit sideways of Harry Jones as he ran wide coming out of turn 6 there. Again, offline, this track is quite a bit sandy. So you really want to avoid getting dirt on those Michelin slick tires. But again, 2 laps to go.
Can Harry Jones make a move on Ghislain Cordel in the final lap? That is the question. Christopher, where? Just tell me where is the best.
I mean, the best and most easiest overtaking point would be at the end of the back straight into the hairpin. Very slow first gear hairpin. We should see them coming out into turn 3 just here. Now turn 4, the right-hander. This is where we want to get a good exit. But I think Harry Jones might be just a little bit...
Flashing his lights.
Yeah, too far behind again, putting on the pressure. We saw Salman Al-Khalifa doing the same thing.
Trying to make a move.
Faking a move on the inside, forcing Ghislain Cordel going defensive. And now the
now
switchback.
The
switchback, here we go. Oh, this is beautiful racing.
Fair racing, no contact, but really tight racing.
Now the upcoming corner could be another opportunity for Harry Jones, but Ghislain Cordel goes defensive. And now...
Whoa. Took a lot of the curbs.
Bit of curb there, and there was contact. There was contact.
It's the rear of Ghislain Cordel.
That looks like a rubbing tire on the rear right fender. And a lockup.
Man, what are we seeing here?
Wow. Yeah, that race was long from over. Now let's hope that these two can finish the race.
We are in the last lap. And
last corner.
And Harry Jones,
I'm holding my breath here,
tries to make a last move. But Ghislain Cordel, he saves that victory.
Wow.
What a great success from Ghislain Cordel.
Firm handshakes to Ghislain Cordel because that was a superb drive. That
Great
was
racing.
an exciting finish.
And I would say this is really well deserved.
Yeah.
Coming with almost blown up tire into the finish. And here we see Harry Jones.
Wow.
Who was fighting for the win until the very last corner of the track. Congratulations also to the man from Australia. And we can see the damage on the left side of his car, where he hit Ghislain Cordel in the rear.
Just separated by a 1/10 of a second. Unbelievable.
Amazing race. And Ariel Levy on 3rd position. We say congrats to Georgi Donchev, who is winning the Pro-Am class in 4th. Banda Alisei made it to 5th. And Søren Spreng is 2nd in the Pro-Am class, ahead of Alex Malikan and Basha Maldini. And Mirabi Megvabishvili, he won the AM classification, great race from the man from Bulgaria, ahead of Mark J. Thomas. And the man from Austria, Günther Benninger, ahead of Jan Dober, the man from the Netherlands. But this is the winner of today's race, blowing up the rest of the tire.
Yeah, actually, I think it's the rear fender just a little bit bent in from the contact at turn 8. But luckily it was on the last lap because that tire wouldn't last too long if there were a few more laps to go.
What a great race, Christopher.
Wow, yeah, I'm out of breath here.
Amazing,
Yeah,
absolutely.
That was
Sweaty hands.
Exactly. If this is anything to go by, I really can't wait for the race tomorrow.
So I say thank you.
Thanks
Maybe
for
you
having
could
me.
give us a little summary when we see Ghislain Cordel coming into Park from Me, and I will make my way up to get an interview with him.
Sounds great, yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers from the teams. Superb drive. That's great to see.
Great race, man. Good job. Well done.
interesting at the end.
Victory in the Porsche Sprint Challenge, and you think you had to give everything. Bring us a little bit through the last lap, please.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a really tough race. It was the complete race under a lot of pressure. In the end, it kept on growing, the pressure, and so we had a battle in the end, last lap. But we made it count, and we're on the first step of the podium.
And we could see your tire almost disappearing in the race. So what were your thoughts at that very last moment?
Yeah, it was a scary moment. I didn't know if the tire was going to last, but luckily it did. Very grateful for that.
Very good result for the championship, and for sure the first win must be a big relief.
Yeah, it is. It's always nice to have a win and good points for the championship. So we'll keep on this momentum.
So I guess ready for another one tomorrow.
I hope so. We'll try and maximize tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Congratulations one more time.
Thank you.
also compete in the Porsche Super Cup. And now I think everybody can hear me clearly. We will start the ceremony in a few minutes, and thanks for everybody still watching in the live streaming. We're about to begin the prize-giving ceremony, the prize and trophy collection in a few minutes, so stay tuned. So let me know, are we ready for the trophy collection? Drivers are already here. So yeah, what a race. I mean, no words needed, I guess, and yeah, great victory, and with, yeah, after a little crash before the last corner of that race, Guillaume Cordel could bring his car in first position. But let's start with the overall classification. We have in third position from Israel, Ariel Levy from Huber Racing. He came with a double victory from Abu Dhabi. From Australia, the current Porsche Carrera Cup Australian champion, Harry Jones from Team DHL. And what a well-deserved victory for a man from Belgium. What a very first win. Couldn't you do it in a better way? I think no. Guillaume Cordel from Belgium for GP Elite. Congratulations, and of course we also have a rookie winner. It's Saud Al Saud from Saudi Racing. And we have also a team winner from GP Elite. Please come, Michael Klöver. Congratulations. And so we are ready to hear the national anthem of Belgium. And now the most important things, the trophies. And the trophy for first is presented by Omar Al-Matno, the National After Sales Manager from Porsche Center Dubai. Please give the trophy to our winner. The trophy for second is presented by Markus Peter, Marketing Manager, Porsche Middle East and Africa. And please, Mr. Faisal Al-Salhabi, General Manager of the Dubai Autodrome, present the trophy for third. The trophy for the rookie winner is presented by Walter Lechner, the Technical Director for the Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East. And he's in double trouble also for the team winner, please. Congratulations, guys. Please come together for a picture for the photographers. Congratulations one more time, guys. Great racing here at the Dubai Autodrome. And we continue with our Pro-Am class. In third place, from Great Britain, Alex Malikan for Pure Racing. Here he is. Congratulations, Alex. Tough race today. Tough weekend also for you in Abu Dhabi. And we see Søren Sprang in second position, the young German for GP Elite. And today's winner in the Pro-Am class, he extended his lead in the championship for Huber Racing from Bulgaria, Georgi Donchev. And the trophies again, please, presented for first from Omar Al-Matno. Marcus, please, for second. And he's the marketing director of Porsche Middle East and Africa. And Faisal Al-Salawi, the general manager here from this beautiful racetrack in Dubai. Thanks for having us here. So, gentlemen, please come together for a picture. Present the trophies. Congrats one more time, and we continue with the AM class. In third position, from Austria, Günther Benninger for Promotech Racing. This time, not the winner, but still on the podium. Mark J. Thomas from M3L team from Canada. And today's winner in the AM class, great racing from Merabi Megbabishvili from Bulgaria for Huber Racing. Congratulations. And again, please, the trophies. Congratulations. Please, Marcus, the trophy for second. And Faisal Al-Salawi for third. Congratulations, and yes, guys, come together, please, for a picture again. Photographers are happy, so thanks a lot, guys. Congratulations one more time. And we still have one more class to celebrate. It's the regional, the GCC class. In third, Saud Al-Saud from the Saudi racing team. In second position from Kuwait Racing, Ahmed Al-Shihab. Congrats. And the winner is Banda Alisai from Saudi Racing. Congratulations. So the last three trophies of today. Markus? Yes, that's out with 2 trophies today for the rookie and here in the GCC. Come together, guys. You can stay on the podium because we're ready for a group picture. So please, all the drivers, join us again on the podium. And Robert, I think you want to say again a few words.
Yeah, just a quick thank you from our side, from Lechner Racing, for everyone joining us here today for the Porsche Sports Cup event in Dubai. We hope we are going to see you back also tomorrow for qualifying 2 and race 2 of this weekend. Big shout out to all the drivers. Well done, big congratulations. Let's join for the group picture, Markus, Walter. I'm joining in a second. And thank you to all team members, everyone, and we do it all over again tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you very much. Thank you for great racing today. See you all tomorrow.